We'll be learning about cloud computing, cloud technologies. We'll also be learning like why it is there, what advantages it brings over a traditional data center. Okay, so in our previous class we discussed it in a very simplistic way, that what earlier it used to be like a data center, where a data center is where all of your servers are kept. Okay, consider it as a simple server room where big servers are kept. It will have all your you will be managing all the internet connectivity, electricity, NAT gateways, everything you will be only managing in that server, or server room. Now there are servers kept where all your services are deployed. Now what is a service? As we discussed in the last class, a domain, when you say google.com, it is actually a domain, okay, which is pointed to an IPv4. Okay, that IP is somewhere in the world, a public IP which is somewhere in the world. So as soon as you'll go ahead and click google.com, it is pointed to some IP which is a Google server where a code is running. Okay, you will, from domain to a server where a code is running, this code will process your request and send it back. Okay, very simple. So now this server where this code is running, okay, is your main server. Where server can be anything, it can be any machine, it can be a, like, it can be your Mac, it can be a Windows, it can be a Linux server, a server, a machine, okay, which is a computer. Okay, it doesn't have to be a super computer, but these computers are of higher capacity than your and my computers. Why is it so? Is because if we'll give a very high traffic to your and my computers, they'll crash. Okay, so we need a higher capacity, okay, to be able to sustain those many requests. Okay, cool. So this is how it happens. Now, in this is how it used to happen in the previous, when there was no cloud technologies. But building all of this, like building a server, getting a server, okay, installing a server, okay, managing its internet, managing its electricity, managing the switches, NAT, routers, everything, okay, and backup electricity is also backups also. Example, in one room, in in a building, in a room, you have kept all of your servers, every server, and for some reason there's an earthquake in that area, your business is down. Okay, imagine this happening to Facebook or Google. They'll be like, and to build that server again, to build that server room again, get everything backed up again, get all the data again, is going to be again a challenge. Okay, so which is why we have to plan some backups, disaster recovery plans, and all of that you will have to do. Now, for a company who is just starting, example, if we are starting our own company called mm, billbook.com, just taking an example. Okay, it's a small company. Now sustaining all of these things and taking care of all of these things for them is going to be difficult. Okay, plus they'll have to invest a lot first in the servers, then in the engineers who will be managing those servers, designing those infrastructures, and keep a person 100% ready 24/7. Okay, who can take care of that. Then only you can maintain that 24/7 availability. Have you seen any big website like amazon.com or mintra.com going down like in a fling? No, right? Why so? Is because if it goes down for some reason, it becomes, first thing, whatever customers are coming in that time frame, okay, your website is going to lose them. Okay, example, now you go to amazon.com, I want to buy something, okay, and it's not working. There is a high probability that you go, if you are if you want it urgently, you might go to a competitor and buy it. You might go to a nearby vendor and buy it. You might go to a nearby mall and buy it. or you might just give up a plan. Okay, so there are like less chances for the customer to come back and buy the same product, or maybe they will lose uh, trust on that product. Okay, that's what happened with Paytm, right? People used to love Paytm so much, and now because of that one problem, they almost lost a lot of their business. Why? Is because when it comes to business, it is customers' trust that they are building. Okay, so if a customer doesn't trust them, we might not go ahead and spend money in there. Okay, if customers don't come and spend money there, it's going to be a problem for you and me, right? So 100% availability needs to be there, so all of this needs to be managed by you. This is where it becomes very difficult for a small company to start in that way. Okay, nowadays even big companies would like to go for cloud and cloud infrastructures, because they also don't want to invest a lot in these servers, because uh, getting a server, installing a server, getting that server ready takes a lot of time. It can take, for setting up one server, it can take 15 days to a month for one server capacity to increase. Example, tomorrow you have some sale. Okay, and you are expecting a lot of people. Okay, so if in case you want to increase the capacity in a data center, you need to plan it before, like a month before, for this particular sale to be available now. And if in case during the sale that capacity also goes down, like that is also less, in that case, like you have a lot of crowd there. Okay, and that also capacity goes uh, less than expected, then it's going to be a big of a problem. You will not be able to handle all of that. You'll have to then tell your customers, please come later, or you have to postpone your sale. That's what happened with Flipkart once. Okay, if you remember, that's when Flipkart has to publish a public apology saying that, okay, we were not able to sustain the sale because of these reasons. Our server capacity wasn't enough. Okay, so they lost a lot of their customers, they lost their trust. Okay, they lost a lot of money there. Okay, which is why we are here to actually build something uh, sustainable, stable, consistent for them. Okay, now when it comes to these cloud providers, okay, what did they do? They understood this problem for every company, so they said, you don't have to do anything. Okay, you don't have to come and buy a server and keep it in a server room. You come and tell me that you need this much. I am going to virtually create it in my data center, give that access to you. You go ahead, deploy whatever you want to do there. We will not touch it. You will have to pay us some rent only for the time that you are using that resource. Okay. Do you understand this problem now? What is this? It's like you're moving in a different city and you want to like start quickly. So what will you do? You will start with a rented place. Okay, maybe later you would like to upgrade it to have your own place there, but for software engineers, when it comes to us, it like we would like to opt for having a rental apartment than a permanent apartment, because we don't know where we'll be. Like tomorrow there can be, like, we would like to move to a bigger city, we would like to move to a different country and all of that. So those restrictions are kind of something that we can overcome when we are doing a rented apartment. Plus we don't have to take an overhead of managing the like society deposits and all the land registration and all of those kind of stuffs. Okay, all the legal stuff is something that's managed by a person whose flat it is. You don't have to worry about it. You have to just go shift in, take care of that flat, use it when it till when you want to use, and then just go. That's it. So you don't have an overhead there. That's what companies want. They don't want an overhead on their head saying that we'll have to manage the server room. Okay, we'll have to keep a person who will be managing the server room. We'll have to, in case required, upgrade the capacity later. Like put all of our resources here. Rather than that, It's better to have a cloud infrastructure. Let it upgrade whenever we need it, and let it come down whenever we need it. Okay. So if today I want to just spend 10 rupees, I'll just spend 10 rupees there. Okay. Tomorrow, if needed, I can go to or upgrade a plan for 20 servers or 20 servers. Okay. And then anytime I can come back to 18 servers if I want to. So that's something, that liberty is not there in a server. You cannot just have 10 servers, upgrade it to 20 servers in a server room, and then go ahead and sell them later on. That doesn't happen. Okay. Nobody is going to be buying those servers. Okay. So it's a permanent overhead and a permanent investment for a company. It's good in a perspective that you have already spent a lot in your server once. So it's upfront money that you'll be paying. Apart from that, you'll be just paying maintenance money. But to these companies, you will have to keep on paying them. Like if you have your server in cloud, you'll have to keep on paying them till the time you want your customers to keep on reaching you. Okay? Am I making any sense? It's like upfront paying money for a flat. Okay, it's going to cost you more, but again, that flat is going to become an asset to you and going to help you later. But when it comes to a rental flat, it's going to be like you'll be spending some money. Example, you have a rental flat of 30,000. So you are just spending that 30,000, which is allowing you to stay at that place. But that 30,000 rupees is just like interest that you're paying. Okay. And till the time, once you've made your infrastructure in a cloud, till the time you want your company to run, you'll have to keep on paying them. Correct? Because pay as you go. Correct? So till the time you need it, you'll have to keep on paying it. Okay. So why I am talking more about pricing and all of these good and bad pros and cons for cloud computing is because, okay, when it comes to this cloud infrastructure, major challenge that a company faces is because it's easier to create servers there. So over provisioning and under usage is something that happens a lot. Okay, which means that you will provision 100 servers, you need only 50, and half of them are of no use. But company will still keep on paying them because they don't know that this much is free. We can use that rest of the capacity. So that kind of planning also is something that we will be taking care as a team, like DevOps team or an SRE team takes care. Any doubts still here? Any questions? Do you now understand what is the difference between a data center and like a cloud or a cloud computing kind of architecture? What is the pros and cons between both of them?